after Stuart's introduction to the Gospel, do you want to hear my sermon? It's a bit longer. That's the main thing, it is a bit longer. But he's covered most of it already. In the Gospel that Stuart has just read, we will find within it conspiracy and cunning, plans and alliances, traps and escapes. And it's only 158 words long. If it was the King James's Bible, it's 150 words, but we're not going to squabble about 4 words. Our story starts with the Jewish church leaders looking for some way to get rid of Jesus. They know what they do not have any power to do anything to him themselves, except flogging him. And that might just make him more popular. Stone. So they tried to find ways to get him to say something against the Romans, which was not the most sensible thing to do. They could make Jesus quiet permanently. But this has a small problem. A lot of the ordinary people regard Jesus as a prophet, and just giving him to the Romans could well have made things difficult. So the Jewish leaders came up with a cunning plan that if it works, whatever Jesus does will upset one side or the other. These leaders are not willing to take chance by themselves or to show which side they are on, and they get others to do their dirty work. This is their cunning plan. As you can see, I've been watching Blackadder a bit too much recently. There's a lot of cunning plans in this sermon. There were 2 main groups arguing against each other at the time. One was the Herodians. These were not a church group as such, but a group of Jewish people who supported Herod and wanted closer and better ties with Rome. They supported Roman taxation, believed it was only right that everyone pays taxes. This tax was not based on income, but was a lot more like a poll tax, something that everyone had to pay. Every man between 14 and 65, and I'm afraid, ladies, it was anyone between 12 and 65 for women. I don't know, I haven't really been able to work that out either. I found it and thought, well, why women earlier? Now, the other group were the Pharisees. This group was a religious group, and they objected against paying anything to Rome, claiming it was heresies to do so. They based this claim on the fact that the tax had to be paid in Roman coins, which have this image of Caesar on them. And it would be one of these coins, because this is the time when Jesus was alive, they were using these coins. It's I'm having a senior moment, I've forgotten his name, the emperor. Anyone got an idea who was emperor during Jesus'? It wasn't Augustus, it was the one after Augustus and before yeah, it's just gone out of my mind. I should have written it down. Now, the Pharisees refused to pay anything except the temple tax, which was paid in Jewish shekels. Now, this is where it gets complicated. The shekels had an image of the Phoenician god Baal on it. Now, I'm trying to think, how could they accept the image of Baal, a Phoenician god, but not the image of Caesar? Now, and the other question, halfway through the sermon I thought, well, how could 2 opposing forces work together? But in fact they did. They had been working together and trying to come up with a cunning plan. Now, the Pharisees and Herodians had started plotting it together when Jesus had healed a man with a shriveled hand on the Sabbath. Now, if you want to look, it's in Matthew 12, verse 10. The way Jesus spoke then stopped them from taking action, but now they thought that they had a foolproof plan. They thought that they had an question that no matter what Jesus answered, he would condemn himself. The question was, is it right to pay taxes to Caesar or not? The conspirators thought that there were the only two possible answers. Yes, it is right to pay taxes, or no, it is not right. Either answer would condemn Jesus. If Jesus said it was right to pay taxes, he would be accused of being a traitor to the Jews and of being in favour of the Roman occupation. This would alienate him from his supporters. If Jesus were to say it was wrong to pay taxes, then he would prove he was against Rome. The Jewish leaders would be able to say to the Romans that Jesus had shown himself to be a revolutionary, and he could be handed over for trial and execution. Either result would please those who had put this plan in action. Whatever happened, Jesus would be out of the way, and they would not get the blame for it. So they sent off their team to set up Jesus. The first action was to try and flatter Jesus and lull him into a false sense of security. They say that they know Jesus to be a man of integrity, who would not say anything just because it was easy or convenient, but would speak fairly and honestly. Then they asked their question. Before he gave an answer, he asked to see a Roman denarius. One was presented straight away. This showed up the hypocrisy of objecting to Roman coins when they were in common usage. They were the silver coins with Caesar on them. To pay taxes, they were plain copper Roman coins, and they were used everywhere. Even in the temple at the money changers, as many people did not trust the Jewish money. He then asked whose image and inscription was on it. At that time, any item with a man's stamp or inscription on it belonged to that man. Therefore, the coin belonged to Caesar. So if it belongs to Caesar, then give it to him. But there's another part of the answer. But also give to God what is God's. A perfect and simple answer which put paid to the Pharisees and Herodians' plan. Yet when did Jesus ever say something that did not have a lesson or message in it? The message in this answer was valid then and is still valid today. The message is, first, that government and church is not necessarily incompatible. There's no reason why they cannot work alongside each other to improve the lives of those they serve. Secondly, when we have a structure, such government, to administer and run the laws of the land, then it is right that we pay for the support and protection. Israel at that time was under Roman rule, but it was not all bad. They might have lost their independence, but they had also gained much. And go on, Alistair.
I can do it now.
You can do it now, yes.